Hey you guys, good morning. So here's the outfit of the day. Just a little jumpsuit I got. I believe I got this from TJ Maxx. Have a good day, you guys. Hey y'all, hey, good morning everybody. If you're new to my channel, my name is tashamarietmr. How you doing, baby? All right, if this is your first time here and you have not subscribed, please do so at this moment. And if you've been watching me for a while and you just realized I ain't have my notification bell on, girl, go on, click that notification bell. Make sure you click that top option, which is all, so therefore you can always be notified every time I drop a new video. And if you've been watching me for a while and you just like, with me, girl, go on, hit that subscribe button. You know you love me. Good morning, y'all. How everybody doing? All right, you guys, we on our way to work. If you're new to my channel, this is the Car Chronicles. I try to do these Monday through Friday. Can't make any promises, but I try to do them at least Monday through Friday, where we ride and we talk about things that's going on on YouTube, celebrity news, our lives. We try to talk about things where I try to talk about things that are relatable topics to everybody. For all who didn't know, I did do a cooking video yesterday. A lot of people have been requesting for me to do a cooking video because I hadn't done one in a while. And so I did a real quick and easy throw together type meal real quick yesterday. So if you haven't watched that, please go watch it. I uploaded it last night. And that's pretty much it, y'all. We on our way to the job. I had a rough morning this morning because my sons got up and decided that they needed me to, my 18-year-old needed me to run him to work because he was supposed to be riding him with his coworker. Then his coworker decided to call off and then called and told him or texted him and said he wasn't going to work. And then my other son, he just needed a ride. He's catching the bus until he saves his money to get him a car. So he just needed a ride to the bus stop because the bus stop is quite a long walk from my house. So I just rode him right up. It's literally right up the street, but still. So it throws me off in the morning, y'all, when they have requests for me, because I have my little routine in the morning, okay? We all know about them routines. I have my little routine in the morning, and they threw me off with my routine, and that made me mad this morning. And so, me as mama, I started fussing and cussing all through the house, because my thing is like this. Y'all are 18 and 22 now. Like, for years, I had to rearrange my morning to benefit you all, trying to get you all to school or daycare or wherever I had to get y'all to. So now we at the point where both of you two are out of high school and we still back at square one, baby. We not getting ready to do that. We need folks to start getting some cars and stuff, and get themselves mobile so they can get around town on their own accord, not on mine. Okay? Now, I'm a mother who don't mind helping their children, or my children, but I mean, come on, y'all. I'm gonna need y'all to pick up the pace. My oldest son, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because he just moved back from Texas, so he's trying to, get himself back together. I will say this: he got here and he got right on it, and he got 2 jobs. Well, he has 2 jobs, and because he wants to get him a car. He want to try to get him a car by next month, so he's been saving up his checks. And I was like, good. I mean, in order to do something, you got to set some type of goal. So he said, well, Mama, I'm going to try to get me a car by the end of September. I want to get he said he doesn't want to finance a car. He just want to buy a car straight out. Because he don't want, the additional bill. So I told him, I said, baby, do whatever you feel like you need to do. That's your money. That's your budget. If you feel like you can't afford a car note right now, then don't get one. He's actually going to go back to school in January. He already got everything set up so he can go back to school. Because initially when he graduated high school, when he went straight to college out of high school, he was in the computer engineering program. So I asked him, is that what he's going back to? He said he hasn't really decided yet. He said, Ma, I think that was the problem. It's something he always talked about doing all his life. He said, but once I got to college and I got exposed to everything that everybody else was doing and all the different options that I could do out here in this world, he said, I just feel like I didn't want to do computer engineering anymore. He said, really right now, I'm just going to go undecided and just take some classes until I figure out what I really want to do, what I enjoy. I said, baby, ain't nothing wrong with that. I said, but don't be undecided for too long, because you do understand that, you know, once that federal aid runs out, then you're going to have to pay for those decisions that, you know. So you try to get decided quickly. Don't take 4 years being undecided, or then you're going to be paying for college out of your pocket. So, all right, y'all. So that's enough of my little ramble-tamble this morning. Y'all, I didn't do very much. I had a lot of work to do last night. When I came home from work, after I did that cooking video, you guys, I had to get online and finish up some work from my job. So I was kind of dedicated that. Y'all, I didn't go to bed till like 1 o'clock this morning, so I'm really tired this morning. And so I didn't really get a chance to look around the internet and see what was going on. I wasn't focused on that, y'all. I had to get a project that my boss wanted me to have done. So I had to focus on that. And so that's what I did. I should have got me some coffee, because I'm like, that's okay. I ain't got time for that this morning. I'll just have to wait till I get to work. They do have coffee at work, so I'm just have to wait till I get to work. Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, anyways, y'all, so today we just gonna do something a little different, y'all. We gonna do a little story time, okay? We gonna talk about a little bit about a situation that I went through here recently by having 2 major surgeries. I think I've talked about this briefly before. You guys, I had knee replacement surgery in 2016 and 2017. And the reason why I'm talking about it this morning is because whenever it rains, you guys, I just have these pains in my legs. So for years, you guys, I worked in the hospital. I worked in the emergency room. I started off as a tech, where I did EKGs, phlebotomy, drew blood, set people up on IVs, all the things you do in the ER type work. Excuse me, transport patients and stuff. That's before they started doing, that was before they actually had a department for transportation. I would have to transport patients to and from, like if they were on an X-ray or if they're getting moved to a floor or something like that. And then after doing that for a while, I ended up transitioning and became a unit secretary in the ER. But when I was a tech on the floor, you guys, for years, I think I was a tech for about 7 years. And, in the hospital, we worked 12-hour shifts. Well, y'all, I was working 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts. Sometimes I was working 4 and 5 12-hour shifts, and working on that concrete floor messed my back. Well, really my hips, my back, and my legs and my knees up, okay? So about 2012, I got diagnosed with degenerative arthritis, okay? Arthritis actually runs in my family. My mother has arthritis. My grandmother and my great-grandmother all have arthritis, okay? My grandmother has had so many surgeries, y'all. She done had both her knees done. She's had several back surgeries. She's had both her hips replaced, like y'all. So a lot of times I feel like my body's built just like hers. So in 2012, when I got diagnosed with degenerative arthritis, I had to stop working a job where I was on my feet all day long. And I'm gonna tell you something, for all my healthcare professionals that's watching this video, they say that you need to change your shoes every 3 months, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I did not do that. Like, I just felt like if they were still clean and looked good, I wore them. But I paid for it later, right? Not changing my shoes like I was supposed to. So when I got diagnosed with degenerative arthritis, you guys, I got the diagnosis and I ended up changing professions. I started working in corporate America. And I have a high concentration in insurance, medical insurance background. And so I started doing that, but my knees didn't get any better. With degenerate means it would just keep deteriorating. So I got to the point, you guys, where my knees, I was bone to bone on my knees. Y'all, when I tell you I couldn't hardly walk some days, some mornings, I couldn't even get out the bed because I couldn't move my legs. Like, my legs hurt so bad. So finally, in 2016, I went to go see an orthopedic doctor, and after he'd seen my x-rays, he referred me to an orthopedic surgeon to have my knees replaced. And was very terrified because other than a C-section, I had never had an invasive procedure done like that. So in 2016 I had my left knee done, and in 2017 I had my right knee done. I had them done a year to the date apart. When I tell you guys that was one of the worst experiences of my life, like when I tell you, for all the people that's watching this video that are having problems with their knees and is contemplating having knee surgery, I mean, if you have to have it, have it. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, they actually didn't want to give me the surgery based off my age. They felt like I was too young. Typically when you get knee replacement, those knees tend to be good for about 10 years, okay? But because I have degenerative arthritis, and even after physical therapy and after doing knee injections before I went bone to bone, it wasn't helping. You know, my pain was getting worse and worse by the day. I started losing my balance. I fell down the stairs 3 times. The house we was living in at the time, we had steps. And I fell down those steps 3 times. And that last time I fell down the steps, I was like, you know what? I gotta have this surgery. I can't put it off. Because I put it off. Like I said, I got diagnosed in 2012. I didn't get the first surgery done in 2016. So I put it off for 4 years. But after that last fall, y'all, I was like, I gotta go have this surgery. Like my mobility was zero, okay? It even had got to the point where when I would go shopping, like go to the grocery store or whatever, I would have to use like one of the wheelchair assistant riders because I couldn't walk a whole Walmart. Like Walmart, I'm gonna use that store for example. I couldn't walk whole Walmart by myself. That's how bad my mobility had got. So I got the surgery done in 2016. Didn't know what to expect. Like, I was reading up on some things, but still did not know what to expect because I didn't know anybody that I could talk to that had had that surgery before. And you guys, when I tell you, oh my God, I had a pain that the recovery of that surgery was like, I can't even describe to you guys how much pain I was in. I had to do physical therapy. My surgeon that did my surgery, he was a firm believer in not letting you do home physical therapy, so having them come out to the home to do your therapy. He was a firm believer in, he wanted you up, mobile, getting out to the physical therapy center. So he would not prescribe for me to have therapy at home. So literally 2 days after I came home from, I was in the hospital. I stayed in the hospital for 2 days after the surgery. So I was in the hospital a total of 3 days. And when I came home, 2 days after I came home, I was in the car and I was being driven to the physical therapy center to get my physical therapy done. And you guys, it was rough. It was rough. I was on pain medication. And you know what? My biggest problem, and this is what I'm gonna tell you guys. Me personally, I'm the type of person, I do not like swallowing pills. Like, I hate it. I can't stand the feeling of something going down my throat like that. Like, I couldn't stand it. Like, even when I was pregnant, you guys, my doctor had to prescribe me the chewable prenatal vitamins. They taste like vanilla, because I couldn't stand, you know, if anybody who's been pregnant knows those prenatal vitamins look like big old horse pills. I couldn't stand swallowing that going down my throat. So my problem was, because I don't like taking pills, I don't like swallowing pills, I would be to the point where my pain level would get almost to a 10. It would be like at 8 before I would actually take pain medication. So therefore it took me longer to get the pain controlled. So I had a problem with pain management. I had a problem with managing my pain. But that was my first surgery, because I didn't know what to expect, okay? So needless to say, after that, I was off work for almost 3 months. I actually went back to work about 70 days. Yeah, after being off work. So I was off work for about 2 months and 10 days or something like that. I actually went back to work too early, because I was getting stir crazy. I got tired of sitting at the house all the time. I ended up going back to work, which hurt me, because I went back to work before I was actually ready to go. All right. Well, needless to say, I made it through, and then I had to get now this knee was doing much better. I dealt with a lot of swelling and things of that nature, but it was, you know, doing better. But because I only had one knee done and both knees to be done, so I was putting all my weight on the other knee, which put me in more pain. So my doctor wanted to do the surgery 6 months after I had the first knee done. He didn't believe in doing double knee replacement, and, you know, hindsight, I'm glad I didn't, because I would really been messed up. But he ended up doing, we end up, you know, going back and forth to my doctor's visit. We ended up discussing about having my second knee done a year later. So that's what I ended up doing. And when I had that surgery done, I was more prepared for that surgery, because I knew what to expect. But unfortunately, when I had that surgery done on my right knee, the nerves got severed in my knee. So I was dealing with a lot of nerve sensitivity, which I had to be on Lyrica for that nerve sensitivity pain. And Lyrica is a medication they normally give fibromyalgia patients, okay? And now the severance of the nerves is nothing I could sue for, because it kind of goes with the surgery. I mean, you hope for it not to happen, but it can happen. And of course, it happened to me. It didn't happen to me when I got my left knee, but it did happen when I got my right. And the surgeon that did my left knee was the surgeon that did my right knee. So needless to say, it prohibited me going back to work after, you know, my 90 days. Because with knee surgery, FMLA will cover you for 3 months, 90 days. But needless to say, I could not go back to work because of the problem I was in with nerve sensitivity. Like, I literally had no feeling in my left leg. I couldn't stand for anything to be on it. I couldn't wear like pants or anything covering below my knee. Nothing. Like cover, a sheet, nothing could be on that leg, because like it would hurt so bad. What I end up finding that was a remedy for me, and I still do to this day, so I had this pillow, this little square pillow that I would place in between my knees, and for some reason, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I psyched myself into thinking, I don't know. But anyway, that's what helped me to be able to sleep at night, because I couldn't even sleep. Yeah, my second knee surgery was much worse than my first knee surgery. I recuperated as far as, you know, getting back up on mobile much better when I got the second knee done than I did the first knee. But needless to say, you guys, that was a rough surgery. So the whole reason why I am telling you guys this, for anybody that's interested in hearing this story, is to do your research, be prepared, make sure you have a strong support system, which I did. I had my husband, I had my children, I had my in-laws that helped me. Just make sure you have a really good, strong support system, because actually when I was in the hospital, one of the nurses that was taking care of me, was taking care of one of the patients in the next room, that lady actually had to go to like a nursing home, like a rehab facility, and I think that lady was like 50 something years old, but she ended up having to go to a nursing home facility for rehab because she had nobody at the house to take care of her. And my doctor told me, like, he basically said the same thing to me. If I had nobody at the house to take care of me, that he was not going to release me home. He was going to release me to, a nursing rehab, because his fear was for me to trip trying to walk and damage that knee, which basically, I would basically had to have the surgery done all over again. And I was not trying to do that. So yes, y'all, so that's my story time for today about a total knee replacement surgery. I mean, if you got to have the surgery, but think really long and hard, because I will tell you, it's not a cakewalk, like, by any means. It's a very hard surgery to have. It's very hard on your body physically and mentally, because you're in so much pain. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I'm just letting you know, you know, it is a pain that can be tolerated with pain medication, managing your pain wisely. Because I had the first surgery, I knew what to expect, so I was able to manage my pain better on my second surgery. But needless to say, I have degenerative arthritis in my hips as well. And they want to do surgery on my hips, but I'm just not. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Like, I don't want to do that. A lot of people say hip surgery is not as bad as knee surgery. They said knee surgery is worse, but I can't understand. It's both a joint, so I don't see what the difference is. But a lot of people do say that. So just make sure you have a really good doctor. I had an awesome doctor. My surgeon was awesome. He helped me when he seen I had that nerve sensitivity pain. He was on it. Like, he was ordering my medicine immediately. My husband ended up taking me in because I had to go in to get my stitches removed. And when he seen what I was going through before I left that doctor's office, he had my prescriptions waiting on me at the pharmacy. He called me. Like, he didn't call me on my first surgery, y'all, but he called me on my second surgery. Yes, he called. When I got back home, he called me for about 5 days. Every evening, he would call me to make sure I was all right and I was sleeping okay, and I was, you know, taking my pain medicine like I was supposed to, because he knew I didn't like taking pills. So yeah, y'all, that's a little story time with me about my knee surgery and the reason why I had to have a total knee replacement. Although arthritis does run in my family, but the years of working on that concrete floor and not really taking care of my health like I should have been, with changing my shoes timely, you know, every 3 months, and overworking myself, y'all. I overworked myself. I'm just not gonna lie. I really did. I overworked myself. And I just, you know, when the money is good, the money is good. Because I'm telling you, when I worked in the hospital, yeah, I made very good money, real good money. And I missed that money. That was some good money. Especially when you start working that overtime. And sometimes I would get paid. Like, when I would work on holidays, I would get paid, what, double time? Yeah, I was making some really good money. But like the old saying go, all money ain't good money. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get on off of here. I didn't talk to y'all enough today. Sorry we didn't really have no tea spilling today, all right? Because I had some other obligations I had to, you know, work on. But we'll spill some tea later on. I might come back to y'all this evening and we'll spill a little tea. See what's going on out here in these streets, okay? Until the next time, y'all. See y'all in the next video. Y'all be easy. Remember, y'all, sub what you love. Bye-bye.